a glittering constellation of unique literary arts. This quote is taken from a zine written and produced by ethnic minorities here in Hong Kong, and it perfectly encapsulates what I'm looking at in my thesis. Too often, art is essentialized. If a queer woman writes a book, then that book is seen as representative of the entire queer female community. And that's just not true. Instead, I propose that we look at each text like a star. Each book, poem, play is unique. And when they come together, we see a constellation. We're invited to see a community come to life. My investigation is into the relationship between the community and the new experimental literature that comes out of it. And I'm evidencing the value of this experimentation and individuality as part of something bigger. Hong Kong literature is a great example of contemporary literature anyway, but even more so, how the community functions as a supportive framework which enables individuality and experimentation. That's all Communitas means, by the way. A community where individuality is not suppressed, and that then helps people find their agency or feel their ability to act. Hong Kong literature contemporaneously crosses the boundary into other forms of established art. So it draws on the visual, on the performative, on history. And I'm really lucky because I'm part of the literary community here in Hong Kong, so I get to see this every single week. I get to see where the new starts. It is not on bestseller lists. It's with minority voices expressing themselves in their own styles. Because they're not focused on sales, they're given this sense of freedom, and that is how they find something new. So given the importance and how vital the individual voices are, I have been allowed to conduct interviews as part of my methodology, despite being a literary study. I get to speak directly to the producers of the experimental, and they give me insight into their communities, how they're supported and given a safe space to create works of artistic and critical value. These interviews, as much as traditional literary analysis and a critical framework, have helped answer my thesis question. I have found how community is one of the most conducive elements to the experimentation and production of Hong Kong literature. And this changes how we might frame and understand art more broadly, as glittering stars in their own right, without which we wouldn't have constellations to appreciate. Thank you.